So, anyway, as I was saying, let's see what's in the news today. Well, a new cult began. They called themselves the Plugger Buggers. Yeah. They boast self-restraint, self-respect, self-restraint, that you can be really strong through their initiation process. And the initiation process to join this cult requires you to, well, to put it in layman's terms, and I mean that very literal terms, it requires you to stick your thumb up your butthole and not remove it for 24 hours. That's why they call themselves the Pluggers Buggers. Evidently, if you can pass this task, you qualify for the cult. I don't know what it is they do down there. I don't think it's worth it because for the first 12 hours of the 24 hours, you're supposed to you need to walk around in public, right? With the thumb up your butthole. Naturally, the police were called in to handle such disgusting public showcasings of buttness. However, the first set of people who were being initiated were not arrested. Why? Because the cops showed their thumb of approval, because they were part of the cult as well. And then this went all the way up to the mayor, but the mayor was part of the cult as well. Needless to say, this butt phenomena had to spread on and on. Then it got to the highest level of government, where then they put a stop to it. So now the cult is no longer allowed to do that in public. However, for some reason, all the people who were arrested, they were fined for that. They were fined and arrested, but they were released, and the cult still goes on. They just got rid of the initiation process. Or have they? It's creepy to think about. It's scary, and it's stupid, and it's unfortunate. And, well, ultimately, I honestly think they were just doing that for laughs. This sounds like a dickish cult, if you ask me, but yeah, that story is going to be ongoing, unfortunately. They all can't be good stories now, can they? A celebrity singer who was in love with his voice so freaking much that he would get angry at anybody who would criticize his great voice. His yeah, look at me, I'm a singer, blah 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 blah. And anyone who would criticize his voice, he would, especially particularly critics, right? Because they would write their reviews. He felt he was being above it all by not wasting his time by going to every little individual person, so on and so forth, belittling them. But he'll belittle critics. And anytime a critic would criticize such voice in the magazines or wherever they post their critique shit, the singer would go visit them personally and scream at the top of his lungs and yell at them like, I'm the best singer of all time. And then the critic would eventually change their opinion because he was so noisy. Now, I don't know how he gets away with that so much. It's just so bold and stupid and just arrogant. But, he's getting away with it until he came up to another person who criticized him. Not necessarily a critic, but well-renowned, another singer in question. Then he screamed at that person, and that singer beat him to death. The problem is, this singer that beat that singer to death is an even more obnoxious singer and an even worse singer than the one he killed. But he had mob ties. That's why he's not arrested. So instead of yelling in the faces of his critics, he would beat the living shit out of them or beat them to death. And that's probably why he has very little critics. Fortunately, though, in his most recent concert, he blew the shit out of his vocals. So he can't sing for, a long time. He really went nuts. So maybe it's good news. Hopefully he never recovers. That's the hope. That's the dream, right? We hope that motherfucker never recovers. Hey, bong gong. Yes, showbiz is dangerous. You gotta be careful. How you doing today, Bong? I hope you're doing well. So, there you have it. Let's hope that guy never recovers. So let's wrap up today with a nice, kind of funny story. So, there's this woman who, if she smells the back of your head, that night you will have a very pleasant sleep. No matter what, you will sleep for the solid, beautiful 8 hours, or whatever it is that you need for your sleep, and that's that. She offers this for free for the first customer, first time. Oh, hold on, let me see. Bongog. Man, I happy. 6 followers away from 50. Way to go! Wait, you're a VTuber? I had no idea. I thought you were just, someone who watches VTubers. Oh, I gotta check your channel out now. Or a streamer at the very least. I'll check you out. Anyway, so the woman back onto the story. So she smells the back of anyone's head, then they fall asleep. So I won't be responding to the chat until I finish this bit of the monologue. She smells the back of your head, and you fall asleep. You don't fall asleep right there, right? You get a great sleep at the end of the night, right? Naturally, the government and their cohorts and their researchers want to investigate this phenomenon for self-gain or try to expose her for a fraud and whatnot. And she was arrested, and they told her to give them they demanded that she give up her secret. And of course, she just told them straight to their faces, my nose is what I use to transfer the feelings of love from myself, and I have it touch the part that is the most restless of the human body, the mind. And that's how she does it. Just by transference of love and care. And made a little bit of magic. You know, the magic of care. And, of course, they thought it was bullshit. But the researchers, the experimentation, she wasn't prodded badly. Fortunately, she had a good following to keep her safe. But they didn't find anything unusual about her or unique. Just an ordinary woman. So they let her go. And then she resumed her clinic, sniffing the back of people's heads and giving them good rest. And it continued perfectly. I'll take her word for it. She just cares so much that when she smells you, she transfers that love and calms your mind. The most restless, most crazy part of the human body. Well, I'm not a human, but in my world, there are plenty of things with brains. So brains need a shutting up every now and then. And she's getting really popular, though, ever since the news caught wind of her. So she always offers the first sniff for free, but then after that, you have to pay. She does have, but she doesn't charge a lot. I think it's only like $5 or $10, something like that. So, yeah. Keep going, smelling head clinic woman. Yeah! Okay, that's it for the news today.